Hello, hi, hey, and welcome to SPNN Forum. I am your host, Jiccarra N. Hollman, and today I am talking to Calandra Revering, boss queen of Revering Law Consulting, of the Goods Inn, of Slay Beverage. Can't wait to get into it. Hi, Calandra.
Hi.
Mrs. Revering, Esquire. Esquire. I probably said that wrong.
You did just fine.
Lawyer
Yes.
and owner of a cannabis dispensary.
Correct.
Lawyer, cannabis dispensary. Lawyer, cannabis dispensary. So, Calandra Revering is a lawyer, having found Revering Law and Consulting Firm. But that's not all. She's also the founder of Goods Inn, Minnesota's feel-good dispensary. But that's not all. She's also the CEO and founder of Slay Beverage. That's not one, but two, three boss career jobs. What inspires you to do all that you do?
Well, the first thing that inspired me to open a dispensary was once I knew marijuana was going to be legal in Minnesota. I looked around and I saw that we weren't part of that space. And we, by I mean black people. And when you look at other states, it's very white and male dominated. So across the U.S., and I knew a lot of this too because in my practice, I do criminal defense, family law, and workplace investigation. So across the U.S., when you look at the cannabis business, black people only make up less than 2%
Oh, really?
of business owners across the U.S., and less than 5% are women. So because I'm in Minnesota and I am a lawyer and I've been doing this for over 20 years, I wanted to be a leader in making Minnesota different for black people. So I've been at the Capitol a couple of times, advocating for legislation to keep out some of those big companies, like advocating for the True Party Interest Statute.
Yes.
And just making sure that, we are a part of this. And I really don't want black people from Minnesota to be left out.
You're located in Brooklyn Park.
We are. We're located in Brooklyn Park. And you'll see us at other festivals. We've been at Canna Fest. This will be our second year there. We were, actually our launch was at Minnesota Food and Wine event last year. We were a gold sponsor.
Okay.
We've been at Doobie Dabbler, Legacy Cup. We've been all over, and you'll see us, bigger and better this year. So we're very excited because we've gotten a lot of popularity and people love the beverages. And what they love is, so we didn't just create a beverage to go on the market. So when you taste a lot of THC beverages, they taste like seltzer water. And I don't like seltzer water, and I don't know of any black and brown folks that do. So it's not a seltzer water. And we wanted to really make sure it inside and out was black. So what I mean by that is the hemp comes from the only black female-owned hemp farm in the state. It's called 40 Acres.
Okay.
We then ship that hemp to a black-owned company in Illinois called Perfectly Dosed. And they create the THC emulsion, they send it back, and it goes in our beverage. So we're actually walking the walk.
I can't stop smiling because, come on, put your black dollars where your black dollars can be of most use, which is back into your
Yes.
Black community.
Yes,
You were
absolutely.
not just talking the talk, but walking the walk. And I love that for you and for
Thank
us.
you, thank you, thank you. And you've seen on the news that the state is going to sign an agreement so that all 11 tribes will have 5 compact licenses. So my next project is to make sure that we continue the work, because we've been doing the work, to get as many minority products as possible, minority and women-owned products and LGBTQ products, into tribal dispensaries now. So our plan is to make sure that we get those products into those stores and into the hands of consumers, because the biggest problem with Black people getting involved in the cannabis market is money. It's capital. It's just not there, because you can't get a traditional SBA loan.
You cannot.
You can't go to a bank, and it's capital. But sometimes Black people can get their hands on a small amount of money, and they can start small, and they can grow. So my job is to make sure they get that small amount of capital, that they scale that business, and that they have places to put that product. So that's my next project, and I'm excited about it. And I've already begun working with one tribe who's made a commitment to carry those products. So I really want to make sure. Minnesota is different. We can't be like any other state. We can't just make money and then, just fall off after a couple of years. I want this state to have more Black products than any other state in the nation, and we're on that path, and that's what we plan to do. So I'm really enjoying the work. I'm enjoying encouraging other women. Start that business. I don't care if it's gummies. I don't care if it's a drink. I don't care if it's some type of CBD cream. I don't care what it is. But we're creating a database. We are creating those conversations and those outlooks. And like I said, we've already gotten some products into one dispensary, and that's at Treasure Island. That's at Island Pesci.
What?
Yes. So you will find Black products, Latino products, women-owned products. So my goal over the next 12 to 18 months is to make Minnesota shine with Black and brown people and their products. So
I am crying. I cannot believe this. I am crying because not only are you doing the work, but I've heard you say time and time again that your goal is to not be a gatekeeper, but to also create this infrastructure and help model this for other Black women, Black owners. You said, she started off by saying, I am the first Black dispensary, the first Black female owner and dispensary in Minnesota, but I won't be the only one for long, because I want to help others have success in this business as well. And that is just bringing tears to my eyes, because so often, our community is looking for, ways to get started and ways and consulting and mentorship and help. And we see people like you doing the work, and they're usually like, oh yeah, good luck.
yeah.
But you're like, no, find me. I want to help you.
Yeah.
And that is so beautiful.
Thank you. When I moved here in '98, I moved here from Milwaukee. And Milwaukee was the most segregated city in the nation. And it's still very segregated. And the lines are very clearly drawn. But the one thing we knew in our line was that we helped each other. I didn't see that when I moved here. And one thing I hear in the Black community is we don't help each other. And, I have nothing against the people that always get awards or always get recognition, but it's the same people. And I know so many people that are doing great things, and they never get recognition. And when I talk to them, they say, nobody wants to help me, or I've called so-and-so and they won't give me the information. And I don't think that's how it should be. There's enough money to go around.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I want to just try to break some of that down, that that our people feel like no one wants to help them. And they talk about it a lot. I mean, and even if you talk to people yourself, they're really like on an island. And it shouldn't be like that. I want them to know they can come to me. Even if they have, you know, a retail business, a restaurant, consulting business, I'm here. And I can't be around people who want to have a meeting to have a meeting. Entrepreneurs are always in go mode.
Yes.
Because they have to make that direct deposit. They have to make that rent versus working at a job where, you know, they know they're going to get a paycheck. It's so different for entrepreneurs. And they are really just trying to make it work and trying to take care of their families. And that shouldn't be seen as a bad thing or something that we run from. Our country is built on entrepreneurship. It is built on our backs.
Yes, that's
So
true.
we need to do more to help each other. And, you know, if I'm that one person that's going to do it, I'm fine with being that one person.
Wow,
So,
that is amazing. Hey, you are watching SPNN Forum. I am your host, Jiccarra N. Hollman, and we are here with the one and only Calandra Revering. Calandra Revering is a lawyer. She is a owner of the first Black female-owned dispensary in Minnesota, and she's also got her own THC beverage called Slay Beverage that she founded with her gay son. So you're representing the Black woman. You're representing women. You're also representing a community, the LGBTQ plus AI community. And you're just saying, you know, everybody is welcome.
yes.
So checking your website, I noticed that your catalog includes edibles, THC drinks, CBD mushrooms and CBD products, Kush support, and seeds. Why are you laughing at that?
Because I just realized that there's a lot of products. So when my staff tells me, they often tell me, like they did yesterday, we have over 250 products, different labels.
I seen that on your website.
Yes.
I seen Balanced
Yes.
on there with the drinks as well as the chocolates. I seen the different mushroom products, and there's a variety.
Yeah.
Either type of product that you have, there's a variety of it. From the
Yes.
drinks to the mushrooms to the seeds. Now, that was like, what are seeds?
And I'm laughing because, okay, we're the only store that carries this certain product.
Oh, okay.
So it's from Royal Queen Seeds, and it's in partnership with Mike Tyson. And we have a product. It's in a box, and it's called a grow can.
Okay.
Everything you need is in this box. All you need to do is add water. There's a germination plug. The seeds are already there. The fertilizer, and it's literally this big, and it costs about $30. And you can grow a couple of ounces of weed just with some water. So people come in and they show us pictures of their products. So I call it the cannabis chia pet.
Okay.
Because we sold a lot over Christmas. So yes, you can buy seeds separate, but if you're new to cannabis, and as you know, you can grow at home, you can buy this product and just add water.
Wow.
Yeah, just put it in the window. Some people have like whole projects where they have like the lighting, and
Yes.
yeah, they've made a whole the gambit of it.
Okay, so now the community might beat me up in the parking lot when I ask this question. If you can grow your own product,
Yes.
shouldn't you be selling it for more than $30?
Well, you know, we want to make it affordable.
Okay.
um, because, cannabis should not be villainized,
Okay.
like it's a bad thing. And one of the challenges is that stigma that's
Okay.
attached to cannabis. So I try to educate people.
Yes.
When they come in, they will know about the different terpenes.
Oh, wow.
So terpenes are like CBN, CBD, and
Okay.
CBG and CBC. So, we have,
CBN, CBG.
yeah, so we do have a section in the store with THC and CBN together. CBN helps you sleep.
Okay.
Now, I can tell you, being a lawyer, you are chasing sleep.
Okay.
Sleep ain't chasing
That's
you.
right.
And we found that that happens with a lot of professionals. They can't sleep. Professionals and older folks, and they come. It's called Sleep Center, and there's lots of products there with CBN to help you sleep, so that you can stop taking melatonin, Ambien, and Tylenol PM. Those things are not good for you. But cannabis, it's a plant. This plant will help you sleep. So
You're like the Bath and Body Works of cannabis. She said she got a sleep section.
yeah, sleep center,
She got
yeah.
a pain section. Whatever it is that you need in your life, you got a section for that. Over 200 products.
Over 250 products. And all of our bud tenders are very educated. We have an
Wow,
extremely
bud
diverse, yes, and we have an extremely diverse staff. You come in, you will see an art gallery. There
Yes.
will be, neo soul rap music playing from the ceilings. And then you go through another entryway, and all of the wallpaper it's weed. And we even have fake weed on the walls. And you'll see a huge display area with some very educated bud tenders. Yeah.
Why was it important to also make it into an art gallery?
Because I don't want people to lose sight of why we're here.
Okay.
So you will see artwork from local Black artists because I wanted to give them an outlet
Okay.
so that people could find out who they are. So, so you will see pictures of Snoop Dogg. You'll see pictures of Nipsey Hussle. But you'll also see pictures of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and
Okay.
some very beautiful paintings. So.
Amazing, amazing.
Even Erykah Badu. Too.
Okay. Okay, Erica by Bud.
Yes, exactly.
Now I understand that you celebrated your 1-year anniversary.
We did in December, yes.
And tell me, as a business owner of multiple businesses, what would you say have been your biggest hurdle?
I would say my biggest hurdle in the dispensary, the cannabis dispensary, I would say the biggest hurdle is marketing.
Okay.
Because you don't really have the opportunity to market on Facebook and Instagram. That has been tough. And just working around that to create posts that are not removed and you're not put into, this dark hole, which that has happened before on Instagram. Too many words about cannabis will get you kicked off.
Okay.
So we've had to start again, and so that has been tough.
Okay.
And I would say that is the biggest challenge. Because I think people appreciate we are there. We have all 5-star reviews on Google.
I bet.
So, so people come and the word is definitely out. And when flower comes, it is just going to be amazing. So, our facility, what I did when I created this dispensary, I visited over 40 dispensaries across the U.S.
Come on, do your research.
And just learning about security, learning about space, learning about those checkpoints in anticipation of what our rules were going to require, the Office of Cannabis Management rules. Just learning, okay, if we've never had it here, they're going to be talking to these other states that have it and are successful. So that's just what we did. So I picked a place where I could gut it, remodel it, and make sure I have those checkpoints. And it's going to be phenomenal.
You are amazing.
Thank you.
But now I have to be honest with you.
Uh-huh.
Part of my job is to do research on you, you know, to prepare for today. And I just thought, and I'm sorry, I have to apologize because I just kept finding myself being intimidated by, maybe I watched too many shows like Queen Sugar, where there's always someone trying to stop the next person from having something. So I said, well, she's a lawyer, and she has the first dispensary. So she has all the education and the power to stop the next person, to create obstacles and hurdles for the next person to not get the success that she has. But then I seen your law practices, and I said, this woman focuses on criminal defense, family law, meditation, neutral negotiations, and then you're talking about your consulting and helping other people get started in the business.
Yeah.
How does one come, because I'm sure you get bombarded, you know, in the work that you do, but how does someone come that's serious about wanting to learn from you or get some type of, whether it is mediation support, whether it is consulting, whether it is, you know, mentorship, how does someone come and approach you to get a piece of you?
You know, I'm always willing to sit down and talk to someone. I make the time.
Okay.
Whether it's a thought, you know, you're just thinking about having this business, or you've been in business for 5 years. I've learned how to meet people where they are, and then from there take them where they want to go. And it's really up to them.
Okay.
What they want to do, because someone can come to you and they can have a great idea, but they don't really have the business mindset and the acumen to maintain and run a business. I think that most people don't understand that having your own business is harder than working a job.
Right.
And you have to be prepared to do it. Just because you see someone else do something doesn't necessarily mean you can do it. You have to really want it. And I tell you, I can pick them out within 10 minutes of the conversation. Just asking certain questions, talking about certain things, and making sure they understand exactly what they're doing. I would never tell someone to withdraw all their money out of their 401k or take out a second mortgage on their house to start a business. That's what some people do. But you never want to lose your house behind this business.
Okay.
And with that said, I tell people, don't call a business your baby. Don't do that. Because guess what? You wouldn't sell your baby. I would.
Okay.
I tell Black people, build that business for sale.
So you're looking to sell?
I might be.
Now, what happens when we call you a sellout like Carol's daughters?
I can guarantee that won't happen.
Okay.
Because with selling, you have the power on who you want to sell to continue what you're trying to do.
To continue the legacy, to continue the marathon.
Exactly.
All right, Calandra Revering, we've been talking about your consulting, your dispensary, your Slay beverage. Is there anything else you want to share? Something coming up, or just some last words you want to share with us?
Yes, I will give you a quick gem. Because I already gave you one gem about helping the other tribes stock their shelves with minority products. The other gem is that on August 16th, I will be doing a Black food and wine event.
Oh.
So, you heard me mention Minnesota Monthly Magazine's food and wine event. I will be doing the Black food and wine event. And Minnesota Monthly Magazine has agreed to be my media sponsor.
Mm.
So if you've seen the Black Food and Wine events held in Oakland, Detroit, Chicago, we're going to have our first one here, and it's going to be fabulous. So you'll see DJ Dime there, Nicole White.
Yes.
I have a great team. We're working on sponsors and vendors right now, so it's going to be great. And it will be at the Glass House in Minneapolis.
At the Glass House.
Yes.
The Glass House, where you can get stoned at this food and wine event on August 16th, brought to you by the one and only Calandra Revering, the beautiful lawyer, Minnesota dispensary owner of Goods Inn, and Slay Beverage. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And you are watching SPNN Forum. Thank you for watching, but make sure you come on back.